Radio Caroline News. Caroline.
Bourton-on-the-Water, home to the Cotswolds Motoring Museum. Here there are cars, motorcycles, scooters and toys from the distinguished to the truly eccentric. Owned by the Civil Service Motoring Association since 1999, the museum was founded in 1978 by avid car collector Mike Kavanagh. Symbols of a gentler era. And then there was the happening Sixties.
Yeah, these are some coins that used to have to rest on the arm during rough weather. When the weather was too rough, they'd have to use tapes. Yeah, and this is a reel-to-reel tape machine. Right, this is a pair of spot masters that were used on the ships to play jingles and advertisements.
Going back in time on the Sounds of the Nation, it's the Caroline Flashback.
Caroline, the sound of the nation. Caroline, the sound of the land.
Hey, 22 minutes past 2 o'clock. This is 259. This is the nation's #1 Radio Caroline South. Could it be anything else? No, it could not. Now we get to the 10 bestest records across the nation this week.
It was never illegal, that's the thing. Outside the 3 mile limit, they were quite legal. But once they brought that law out in 1967, the Marine Offences Act, it was illegal to supply the ship. It was illegal to work on it for UK people. But they still did it. They still, and nobody still carried on.
What do the listeners remember of all this?
Man, that's groovy.
I'm afraid I don't remember very much about the 60s, but yes, I was definitely there. Velvet Underground, I was a great fan of, yeah. Kinks, yes, great times really.
My era was more like everything for the 70s. That is what I like best.
You know, you tend to have your own time that's yours, and 70s and 80s were ours really.
So at least in those days you could understand the music and hear the words. The Channel Islands, from the Isle of Guernsey.
I was here in Bourton-on-the-Water.
From West Yorkshire.
Radio.
Yeah, a battery transistor radio that I used to pick up just about Radio Caroline.
I was given a transistor by my mother and I used to listen to it under the bedclothes at night when I went to bed.
We had a really old-fashioned radio, and it's because in our house we grew up without electricity. Very old-fashioned place.
Caroline Sure Shot.
The legend lives on.
If it wasn't there, we wouldn't have the radio. We wouldn't have the station now, would we?
Pirate radio, you know, it was something a little bit naughty. Why is that illegal? It's only pop music. There's nothing subversive on it.
Just keep it going as long as you can.
Definitely carry on.
Good luck for Radio Caroline.
All in all, a very successful weekend for the Caroline 60s studio and for the Cotswolds Motoring Museum. Dave S for Caroline News.